Today, guys, we actually get to take a look at a new day before devlog, and this is from Fantastic. Now, I'm already on the fence of this game. I've already explained in my last video when that date comes. I think it's November 10th, right? If they produce a game that we can play, well, I'll test it out, I'll play it. But until then, I'm not having any more hope or any more hype for this game. But I will cover things like this where they say that they're gonna show us something on the development side, because maybe that put a little bit more credibility into what they have going on here. So what we're gonna do now is we are going to watch the day before devlog and see what they have to show us. Let's maximize this. Make sure we have this set up and let's hit play.
Hi everyone, my name is Dana, and today we want to continue shedding light on the development process of the day before, our open-world MMO survival game set in a deadly post-pandemic America of a run of flesh-hungry infected. It's one of the most anticipated games in the world. In this video we will show you how we started the development of the day before, all down from the beginning. There will be a lot of interesting materials to see, so make yourself comfortable and let's start!
I want to see what they're going to actually show us. That's the key. Okay.
The development process of the day before started at the beginning of 2019. At the time, the game looked so different that if you saw it today, you wouldn't be able to tell that this was actually the day before. The game had stylized, cartoonish graphics and handmade animations. The most distinctive feature of the day before back then was a winter setting with lots of snow, from which we gradually moved away. But even then, we already had the foundation of our survival game. Your character had core stats such as hunger and energy, and you were able to loot every building on your way, find and drive cars, deal with zombies, and interact with other players. This vision inspired us then, and still inspires us to this day. But in 2020 came a moment when we decided to overcome ourselves and raise our standards, so that the day before was not only our dream project, but also a game that could win a place in the hearts of as many other people as possible. After this decision, we at Fantastic made a real internal breakthrough and totally transformed the day before. Thanks to the creative freedom that our publisher Moitona has given us, we were able to implement such a massive change to the day before as revamping the whole game's graphic style. In the course of 2020, our team made a massive effort to remake all visual parts of the game, including animations, sound and lighting design from scratch to make it more grounded and realistic. And it was the first time when we decided to enrich our game world by going beyond initial small settlements and making a big city with skyscrapers to explore. We knew that it was a very high goal that we considered unattainable, but without that risk, our dream was doomed to remain just a fantasy. At the same time, our team was constantly growing in numbers. We gained a lot of new experience, created additional departments, and even put together a small team to use our expertise in stylization and start developing Prop Night, which significantly increased our level of professionalism and allowed us at Fantastic to transform from a small local team into an international organization with a great vision and culture of volunteering. At first, we were still trying to preserve some glimpse of the stylized look, which you have partly seen in our first announcement trailer, especially in the character's design, which was again completely changed as of today. But that release of the announcement trailer was a defining moment when we realized that the game was not only our dream, it became a dream of many people around the world. And ever since, we were not alone in our journey. Your tremendous support fueled our determination toward our shared dream to this day. We even have volunteers who have been helping us with our Discord server and Steam page ever since. Throughout the course of the development process, our standards are constantly getting higher. Changes have taken over all of our characters, including all the clothing and equipment such as weapons and attachments, and all of our zombies, with both sides receiving a female version with another set of animations that are now entirely recorded using motion capture. We needed to make our characters and zombies as human-like as possible, so we added a lot of additional and transitional animations, especially for the zombies, which have also received a realistic body dismemberment system. Besides the characters, we've also redesigned our vehicles and increased their number, because to this day the player's car remains a core aspect of the game. And of course, we've changed and retextured hundreds of our buildings and nature and environment assets to reach the highest level of quality.
the new build on
Content
the
modification and
Unreal Engine
improvement have
allowed that.
affected other essential parts of the game, such as zombie AI, character control and shooting system, and many others. At the same time, a lot of work has been done to implement and improve other game mechanics. For example, character customization, trade system, quests, and the World Hub location, where other players can meet and trade. And of course, we did a massive job on the multiplayer part of the game, because everything we have listed so far should have worked without any issues on one game server. Each new stage of development comes with its own challenges, such as graphical optimization or the transition to Unreal Engine 5. But our team, as always, is not afraid of difficulties and constantly moves forward. All in all, we've been creating the day before for 4 years. It's been a long and exciting journey, and we believe that after the game's release, we'll give people faith that in this life, if you persevere toward a dream, it will come true despite all the obstacles and doubts in your path. Until then, we will continue doing our best to finalize the game and release it on the 10th of November. We're using the month we have to make the day before exactly the way we've always imagined it to be. During this time, we will give you more information about the game and its mechanics, such as a World Hub, quests, base building, character customization, player interaction, and so on. So stay tuned! Thank you guys, we hope you liked this video. Leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!
So a couple things I did want to go over that you noticed, so we'll actually mute it. You can see the big difference as they evolve the game, whether a lot of people are going to jump into speculations, but at the end of the day, like the new Unreal Engine 5 really did a tremendous job in helping indie developers. And if you guys watched any of the Unreal Engine 5 like devs who are creating new games, a lot of them look really realistic, and that's how you could see when they show from 2020 and they show like how each one, let's take this up right here, like from 2020 and the current version, right? You can see the big difference between the two, and that's something that we kind of have to like really give them credit. They did show a lot, where they show the day before in 2020 and then currently what it looks like now. So you have 2020, so it was more cartoonish. This looks really Fortnite-ish, right? And then currently right now, but it looks really dark in my opinion, so it's hard to tell the big difference in quality because one's super dark and one's super light. Let's see some other ones. You have 2020, they said they had like a small world, and then they transitioned it to a big world. I definitely want to see this one more, just instead of just like a screenshot, right? It's hard to really tell the difference there. The character models is another thing. I actually like this character model from the very first. If you guys remember this trailer, let's see if we can get to it. This trailer right here, I actually like that character model, but when you see them side by side, you actually get to see a big difference. Where's it at? Right here. When you get to see them side by side, you really see like a really Fortnite-ish to a more realistic look. Like you can see the characters themselves, and this kind of looks like if you played Fortnite at all, like kind of cartoonish, but this one looks a little bit more realistic. So yeah, you could definitely see how they evolved everything. And they also showed a weapon, yeah, a little bit more basic, and then you can see something a little bit more realistic. So, but a lot of this has to do with, if you guys don't know, Unreal Engine 5 is a very powerful application, and devs are taking advantage of it and using it to their full ability. Let's go here. They show another one where they show the vehicle looks very cartoonish, all the colors cartoonish, and this looks a lot more realistic. So just another thing you might have noticed. Just take a look at the new Unreal Engine 5 if you guys want to do any back end for you. Overall, I didn't really see anything new here, right? Like they definitely the one thing I did get to see was they did show us where they started 4 years ago to where they are right now. And they also got to show this little common area where everybody's going to be at. The customization of like this common area right here, we got to see that, right? And then we got to see customization. This is something new, but obviously it's cool to see. One thing I will say is, honestly, I think the game will release. Will it release to what we think the game will be? I think it might not live up to expectations at the end of the day. That's just me based on everything we've seen. So if it does release on November 10th, I just think it won't be what we think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a little bit less. So we'll just have to wait. We'll have to wait and see. But to see them come from like this cartoonish, where's it at? Let's just go back. To see them come from this, which is very Fortnite-ish to what they are now, makes a lot of sense, right? The game has evolved. So hopefully this just points that this game is a little bit more legit, and hopefully we just gotta wait. We kind of gotta wait and see what they have to show us in the upcoming months. We still have a ways to go. November 10th is the release date. So that's what we have now, guys. We'll wrap it up here. Hey, appreciate the support, appreciate the love. Hey, Nothing But Skills is out.